Hello guys, so today we are going to be looking at the weekly outlook for July 7th to 11th. So it's raining here, so you might be hearing some sounds of raindrop. So on Monday, Tuesday, we don't have any news as regards USD, GBP or Euro. On Monday we have FOMC meeting minutes. On Thursday, we have unemployment claims, FOMC member Weller speaks, and then on Friday, we'll have GDP month of month. So nothing so serious, nothing market moving. Now, I have to also take note of Wednesday, that is when the UF tariff is wrapping up. So that is very, very important for you to take note of. So see whether Trump is going to make some silly comments. But regardless of what he says, we'll have what called tackle. So whatever he says will be priced out in a few minutes or so, depending. It could go either ways, but let's see. But the possibility of having a liberation day 2.0 is really not there. So I believe nothing much on the data front. Now let's look at these anticipations here, and then you will see why USD is not in a place where I would be expecting strength in dollar for now. Now if you look at Euro, you would notice that the GDP is anticipated to go up by 2026. US were anticipating it to go down from 2024 2025. We're anticipating it at 1.5 to now go down to 1.3. For UK, we are seeing it like going down, then increasing exponentially. Now for inflation, we see inflation dropping to, we're anticipating inflation dropping to 1.9 for Euro, dropping also to 2.6 for USD, 2.1 for UK. Now in comparison, we would see that we are anticipating that Euro area has a GDP growth, USD has a GDP depreciation, UK has a GDP growth, which is positive for both Euro and UK. For inflation, we're expecting inflation to drop to 1.9, so which is very, very good. And then USD at 2.6, not really the best, and then UK to 2.1. And for unemployment rate, we see that of Euro dropping from 6.4 to 6.1, and then US we see an increase anticipated for 2025 at 4.4, and then dropping to 4.3. But there is this increment here, so which is not the best. Now for UK has this increase for this month, for this year, and then a little bit of decrease for the next, so which doesn't make it like the best in my opinion. So that is why Euro this period might really be, or should really be, the best performer. So that is it when we look at data and fundamental aspect of our outlook. So for sentiment, nothing changes. It's still the same thing as we were expecting from last week. So we have had that movement up, so I want to see a tank in dollar towards the end of July, maybe during the end of July we start seeing some kind of range or dollar boost, but it depends on then fundamentals. But for now, fundamental is still aligning with what seasonality is showing. Although some people are actually looking at speculations on that the big beautiful bill is to increase the GDP But for now, I wouldn't be banking on that. It's not enough for me. Not enough for me to come and conclude dollar strength for now. And based on seasonality, this is not the best month for dollar. So maybe before August or approaching August, that might market will start pricing that in. But let's see. For now, I wouldn't come to that conclusion yet for dollar strength. Now looking at COT, it's still the same anticipation for me overall, coming down to the 94.9 area, 94.9 area. So the COT for last week is not yet out. Probably might be out on Monday because of bank holiday. So I don't have much information as regards to that for now. So yes. So welcome to the technical analysis aspect of things. These are the two levels I'm expecting overall for us to get to in the next 1 month or two. Either we get to this level or get towards this level. Now looking at things, last month still closed bearish. Remember, as I was saying, the bulk of the move for last month will be at the ending of the month, and then you see how it played out. So maybe you might see some relaxation, then continuation either ways, or maybe go, but I don't want to see this level taking the high of the last month. If that happens, then it's signaling that dollar might start gaining strength. If we look at euro, see how euro closed very well bullish last month. So let's see what's going to happen for this month. We have these two possible areas to target, and then possibly here if we're going down on a monthly basis. But I don't even like to actually stress myself based on monthly levels. I am more keen to looking at weekly and daily levels. So for GBP, I'm looking at here if we're going to be bearish and possibly up towards this area if we are bullish. Now on a weekly level, we would see that GBP took the previous week high, is in the weekly order block. Now I want to see market continue going up except we start seeing CP connoting bearishness. But for now, I want to see a bullish GBPUSD. Now if you look at EURUSD, you will see that we closed bullish for last week, but with more like an exhaustive body candle, so as if market is getting exhausted. So but there are two things that will happen: either we go up massively or we drop down into the weekly FVG, then continue going up. But I want to see the candlestick psychology properly maintained for me to take either direction. So I'm actually at a point where I'm actually more cautious. So until I see signs of us wanting to go down, for this we might get market to go up into this weekly FVG. But if that happens, I would like to see market take the low for me to start getting bearish. I would really love to see that, or the daily time frame start seeing the candlestick psychology aligning towards bearishness. But for now, I'm not seeing anything bearish for now, unless we see market close bearish inside of this and then closing maybe 50% of this order block below 50% body close, then I would like to now go down towards this level. But for now, there's nothing bearish. There's nothing bearish for now, nothing. So we wait until we start seeing candlestick psychology aligning towards bearishness. And for euro, you see that there's no signs of candlestick psychology heading towards the bullish side, so we are still bearish overall. We are still bearish in a bearish order block. So let's see whether we'll start aligning towards bullishness. You know, the candlestick psychology saves you a lot of from a lot of bad mistakes. And when we look at GBPUSD, we will notice that we took the previous day high, but here to close bearish. Even though this is already giving you signs of that might still continue going up, but then look at where it's at, the fair value gap. So I want to see this high taken for me to now say, okay, we'll continue going up. Now if you look at this green line from Tuesday 8th July, seasonality will fully align towards bullishness for GBP. If you look at euro, seasonality will align around Tuesday also. See, Tuesday also for bullishness. So mostly it could start before or a day after, but there's no rule of thumb when it comes to it. Now you could see that DXY is already in a bearish seasonality that started on the 1st of July. So I want to see that bearishness continue for as long as probably till we get to Thursday, Friday, or prior to that 24th, that's ending of July. Then if we start aligning for bullishness, would it's reasons for now. I'm not seeing any reason to say, oh, I am bullish in DXY. Nah, I've not. And I want to see this high maintained, but even if market takes this high, I want to see how markets react after taking this high. That will tell me a whole lot. It will really tell me a whole lot whether I have to start targeting markets coming towards this level or not. So because this doesn't change anything, everything is about fundamentals and what the candles are telling you. It's very, very, very important. So that's it for this week, guys. Catching with you guys for the upcoming week after this week. Yeah, so see you guys and have a nice trading week.